Strengthening our economy and building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency.
Vice President Kamala Harris would have to thread the needle between a pair of seemingly contradictory tax pledges if she wins the election. Her campaign says she's keeping President Joe Biden's promise not to raise taxes on anyone making under $400,000. However, she also appears to be keeping Biden's promise to let the 2017 Trump tax cuts stay expired when portions of the law lapse next year. The expiration would raise taxes on middle-income earners in the absence of new legislation. The 2017 overhaul included lower tax rates, an enlarged child tax credit, a double standard deduction, and many other provisions that, on balance, cut taxes for people below the $400,000 threshold. While Democrats have almost universally attacked the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, better known as the Trump tax cuts, as a giveaway to the rich, it did include cuts for the lower and middle classes. Thus, if elected, Harris would either need to extend the cuts or work with a possibly divided Congress to craft a new tax bill. Harris has not released details of her economic goals in a full term. Her team pointed instead to the budget Biden released in March, which promises to cut taxes for middle and low-income Americans by $765 billion over 10 years. Trump has pledged to extend the 2017 tax cuts and add additional major tax reductions.
We're going to have no tax on seniors, Social Security, and we're going to have no tax on tips.
Trump has also talked about cutting the corporate tax rate further to 15%. The 2017 tax overhaul lowered the rate from 35% to 21%. Republicans argue Harris's tax views are inconsistent with what she said during her 2020 presidential campaign and are part of a wider pattern of her campaign saying she has changed her view without offering any explanation. Trump continues to hold the edge when it comes to economic issues.